Another close loss to the Ravens, and this time backup quarterback Tyler Huntley balled out. Playoff hopes are not done. Everybody take a deep breath. The Ravens are still right in the mix to make it to the playoffs. So don't miss a thing. I'm looking at you. Don't miss a thing. Hit that big red button. Scroll on down. Subscribe to get the latest Ravens news, rumors, updates all year long. Hello, I'm Jeremy Beadling, and welcome to Ravens Rundown. As we saw, another tough loss ending in basically a 2-point conversion to win the game. And that's what we had. And another time, the Ravens were not able to get it. They weren't able to get that 2-point conversion. And it's really sad because they had Aaron Rodgers and one of the top teams in the NFC on the ropes. They were about to beat them with their backup quarterback. Let's look at some of the stats from the game. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did his thing, 23 of 31, 268 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not really that much on the ground for them. But, I mean, look at Tyler Huntley, 28 of 40, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. And wait, he's also your leading rusher, 13 carries, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Mark Andrews did Mark Andrews things. And, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like the Ravens did everything they could to win the game. And at the very last second, they just couldn't punch in that 2-point conversion, which, I mean, I didn't like the play call per se, even though if you go back and watch the play on all 22, Hollywood Brown was wide open in the back of the end zone. He was left alone. Everybody and their mother on the Green Bay Packers sideline knew it was going to Mark Andrews. And, I mean, even though Tyler Huntley had a great game, he forced that one in there. And talking about Tyler Huntley, let's look at his stats one more time. I mean, 28 for 40, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, this would be good if I was saying this about Lamar Jackson. If I said, hey, Lamar Jackson went 28 of 40, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, you'd be like, holy crap, Lamar Jackson had a game. Nope, Tyler Huntley had a game. And yes, he is just like Lamar Jackson in the fact that he can get it done on the ground too. 13 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. This man accounted for 4 touchdowns today, and he's your backup. That's saying something. I mean, easily one, in my opinion, one of the best backups in the league. But Chat Sports, we're all about the people. We're all about listening to what you have to say. So let me ask you this question: what is your one-word reaction to the Ravens' loss? Just let me know. One word. Put it down below. I'll let you know my reaction here in a second. But let me know, what is your one-word reaction to the Ravens' loss? My one-word reaction was extra point, but I mean, it's also resiliency because, I mean, look at this. This is the guys who were roaming around in the secondary today. Anthony Averett, Geno Stone, Brandon Stevens, Tony Jefferson, who you just signed, even though he's been a Raven before. He kind of knows the grounds, knows the soil. And Kevin or Kevon, is it Kevin or Kevon? Kevon Seymour. I mean, what a valiant effort by these guys going up against an MVP candidate in Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you're missing your top 2 cornerbacks, and you still are able to hold Aaron Rodgers. I mean, whatever be with that what it may, hold him to a decent game. I mean, kudos to these guys right here. But let's go to the offensive stats really quick. I mean, nothing really wrong here on the offense. I mean, 354 total yards, pretty balanced attack, 211 passing yards, 143 rushing yards, 9 for 17 on 3rd and 4th down, and 0 turnovers. I mean, nothing you can really say about this team. And I mean, the one guy that I really wanted to shout out besides Tyler Huntley is Mark Andrews. I mean, he keeps on showing why he is easily a top 5 tight end in this league. I mean, you can group him with guys like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Darren Waller. He's in that caliber, and he showed it today. Even though he wasn't able to reel in that 2-point conversion, which the pass was a little bit behind him. He was double covered. Like I said, I really didn't like that play call. But I mean, Mark Andrews balled out, and whenever you have a backup quarterback, whenever you have a backup quarterback or a rookie quarterback, everybody says, oh, you need a safety blanket. Usually that's the tight end, and that's what Mark Andrews has been for Tyler Huntley. And as we keep on going with the offense, let's look at the leading rusher not named Tyler. That is going to be Latavius Murray. I mean, 7 carries, 48 yards. You like the production out of him. I mean, even though he didn't get that many carries, he's still 48 yards, around like 6.8, 6.9 yards per carry. So you like that. And I mean, really what the Ravens front office has been able to do with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards going out at the beginning of the year, I mean, kudos to y'all. Kudos to y'all. Because, I mean, most organizations, if your top 2 starting position players go out at a certain position, usually it's looking downhill. But, I mean, the Ravens have been able to suffice with that. And really kudos to them. Now let's transition over from offense to defense. Thank you, Producer Petey. And, I mean, you don't love to see it, but, like, again, I said, they're going up against an MVP candidate in Aaron Rodgers. Not many defenses are able to stop him, especially not many defenses who are down to their 3rd and 4th cornerback. I mean, you tell me a defense without their 2 starting cornerbacks that's able to stay in the game against Aaron Rodgers, I'll wait. That's what I thought. Nobody's able to do that besides this Ravens secondary. And I mean, let's pop that up on the screen one more time. These are the guys that were roaming the secondary, and I mean, kudos to them. They did a pretty good job. I mean, yes, Aaron Rodgers was able to throw the ball, and yes, he had 3 touchdowns and had a decent completion percentage, but I mean, they didn't get blown out. They didn't go crazy against them. So I mean, there's at least that. But let me throw this one at you. I'm conflicted on where to do this because, I mean, you can't give them an A because that's a win. You know, in the NFL, it's about wins and losses, and I can't give them an A. But I mean, it's up there. It's a B. This is one of the best losses. It's better than getting blown out, especially having your backup quarterback. But you go down in the comments. Let me know. I'll be looking for those grades. Grade the Ravens Week 15 performance. And back to the storyline that we were talking about before the game, and now a little bit after the game too, because, I mean, Tyler Huntley made it to where you're thinking, hey, if Lamar's compromised, obviously we need him for the playoff run, but if he's like 50, 75% next week, do we just go ahead and play Tyler Huntley? I mean, I don't know. Like, he played well today against the Green Bay defense, who they're not scrubs either. Like, that Eric Stokes is quickly becoming one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and Tyler Huntley did a great job. But Lamar Jackson, he is still working through that low ankle sprain. No timetable yet for his return. I know he was questionable before the game. I believe he worked it out a little bit, and 3 hours before kickoff, they decided, hey, we're not going to go with you today, Lamar. Obviously, better safe than sorry, and especially a game that Tyler Huntley balled out, and the Ravens were able to win it easily at the end of the game. This is going to be a tough decision come next Sunday. Obviously, healthy Lamar, I definitely would have him over Tyler Huntley, but if he's not healthy, I don't know. Get down in the comments and let me know. If Lamar Jackson isn't healthy, do we start Tyler Huntley? You let me know down in the comments. And now we're going to transition over to the AFC playoff picture, and it sucks. The Bengals have taken the lead in the AFC North at 8-6, but not all hope is lost yet, because, like I said, we've got a couple more games to go, and it just so happens that our next game is against the Bengals. And as we look at the AFC North standings, you know, it's a close race. I mean, it has been the whole season. We're essentially tied with our overall record with the Bengals, but they have the division record, a better division record than Baltimore does. So that's essentially what's going to take them over. But if the Ravens can beat the Bengals this upcoming week, I really think that there's a shot that the Ravens can end up keeping it out and winning the AFC North. But you let me know. Again, another question. I know it's not a quiz. It's supposed to be fun. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from the flock. We want to know what direction y'all are flying in. So answer this question for me down in the comments. Will the Ravens win the AFC North? Y for yes, N for no. I'm going to spam my Y for yes. You let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be looking out for it.